Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Life. So I got this pretty nifty promo poster for my screening tonight. Sorry you can't see it, there's a bit of a glare here. But I'm actually super pumped about this awesome poster because I really liked this movie. So let's just go ahead and jump into the positives of Life. First of all, the acting cast, top notch. They all bring a name recognition, but they also deliver behind that name recognition. Jake Gyllenhaal, wonderful as always. What can this man not do? He's just fantastic. Every time he steps on screen in any film he ever does these days, and Life is no exception. I thought he was really good. I also thought Rebecca Ferguson was amazing. I thought she really just delivered as kind of the straight-laced, no-nonsense, but still human woman. I thought she created a very complex, very realistic character. I also thought Ryan Reynolds was really good, as was our entire supporting cast. I thought they all just did a very great job at creating characters fast. And that's what really makes this film work to me, is that we're not given this long exposition, we're not given long backstory here. We jump into the action pretty quickly, but the actors do such a good job of creating a team and creating a connection between all of them that you legitimately care about this team of workers, and you are really caring about what happens to each individual person. We don't get a whole bunch of sob stories and marriage stories and kids and these are all the people I've left behind on Earth stories. There's a couple sprinkled in there, but you still want to see them make it off of this space shuttle. I also think that this film feels really realistic. First of all, this is one of the more realistic alien portrayals I think that we've had so far. If we were to discover life on a different planet, I think it would be something similar to what they first discover at the beginning of this film. Something that's just a small, tiny, little bunch of cells and neurons and muscles and maybe brain activity, and that would be it. It wouldn't be some big green black-eyed monster or what we saw in the movie Alien. But I liked that it developed, I liked that it learned, I liked how they explained how it was learning and what it was doing. I thought that was all fantastic. I think that the spaceship protocol also seemed very much in line with what would really happen. And I think all of the protocols, all of the science here felt like it was probably somewhat legitimate. And plain and simple, the movie is just interesting. It grips your attention right off the bat with this amazing one-shot take that takes you through the spaceship, creates a wonderful atmosphere, makes you kind of feel like you're floating. It really is a wonderful sequence, and I loved it. I loved that sequence to set up the feeling of the film, the atmosphere of the location we're in, and start the film off on a very impressive note. And again, it is graphic, but still realistic. I mean, we get blood and guts, and they kind of float out to create these really cool yet gory effects. You know, tears kind of float up. All of that works so well. And this movie does bring the thrills, the jumps, the scares, all of it. I just think it was entertaining from start to finish. I had a great time, as you can see. I also loved the ending, but we're not going to talk about that now, are we? But it ends great. For the negatives, my biggest negative is the marketing team for this film. I think I was in line with the majority of moviegoers in thinking that this was basically Alien Light 2017. And I really don't think that's the case. It didn't feel much like Alien to me, other than the fact that we were dealing with an alien. It kind of felt more like something as a mixture of Alien with something like Gravity. But it is another space film, and I think we're getting just so inundated with these space movies. We're getting at least 2, 3, 4 a year, and I think it's kind of getting muddled. I think they really should have played up more of the actual horror aspects and the scariness of the movie, the realism of the movie, because that's the real selling point here. But I do think it's hard to convey this film in an accurate trailer without giving too much away. But don't believe that it is Alien Light. It's so much more than that, and it's a really good film on its own. And another negative, we do get some of the horror thriller tropes. People just being so stupid. And there's one character in particular that I just kept rolling my eyes at because he was so dumb. And honestly, there's this moment where he has to be saved. And when you're looking back and reflecting on the movie, you probably shouldn't be thinking, they should have just let that guy die in the first place. And that's literally what I felt with him, because we're supposed to be rooting for all of the human beings on this ship. But, of course, people do nonsensical things, they don't listen, they don't want to follow logic or protocol, which is reasonable because, I mean, you're fighting for your life and you're fighting an alien entity. I think a lot of people would probably lose their cool. But people just do dumb stuff, and that one character, I'm not going to tell you which one it is, but he just baffled my mind with how ridiculous he was, actually. And in particular, one of the decisions he makes is just, I mean, it really is mind-boggling. So overall, I loved Life. I had a great time in the movies. I think it is a beautifully crafted film with great performances that brings all the thrills you're hoping to get from this type of film. So if you are into any sort of sci-fi genre, if you are into any sort of thriller or horror or things with unusual creatures, full price ticket all the way. If you're at least even curious about this film, I say give it the full price ticket. It deserves it. I promise you, you'll leave satisfied. So, that has been my review of Life. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below, and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Life? And what is your favorite alien movie? Let me know either in the comment section, down below, or hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!